Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about the gameplay loop of New Genesis and why it feels so unrewarding. But first of all, if you're new to the channel, I'm trying to hit 50,000 subscribers, so I would really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. Alright, so first things first, we need to define what is gameplay loop. Gameplay loop is a design which incentivizes players to come back to invest more time into your game every single day or at least multiple times a week. That way players are constantly logging onto your game in order to gear up or progress in some shape or form. So this doesn't have to be, oh, your character gets stronger or you get more battle power or you get better gear. It could also be cosmetic wise, you know, maybe you get like an eye patch accessory first and then eventually you build up to like a kimono and then you build up into like angel wings or an aura or something. It could also be that could also be a possible gameplay loop. But in order to give you a real life example, I will be comparing NGS with Gangshin Impact. The reason I'm comparing these two games is because Gangshin Impact has a lot of things to do, but they bottleneck it because it's a gacha game. As we all know, gacha games have a specific business model which incentivizes you to spend money in order to play more or progress faster, while New Genesis is a traditional MMO. So in New Genesis, you can play as much as you want for free. You can play indefinitely, you don't have any bottlenecks, you don't have any systems stopping you from playing more. However, the issue with New Genesis is the gameplay loop is very unrewarding and you don't want to invest more time into the game because you don't feel like you're getting rewarded for your time investment. So this is where Gangshin Impact nails this point really well. There are multiple ways to gear up your character in Gangshin Impact. You have character level, weapons, talents, as well as artifacts. So these are 4 different categories which make your character stronger. So the nice thing about Genshin is even though you have a limited resource called resin in order to farm for these materials to gear up all 4 categories, out of these 4 categories, 3 of them are pretty much guaranteed. If you need talent books, you simply go into the talent domain or the talent book dungeon and then you farm, and then you're guaranteed to get a specific number of talent books. You might not get the highest rarity, but you're guaranteed to get a certain amount of these books, which then you can upgrade into the highest rarity in order to upgrade your talents to make your skills and abilities stronger. The second thing was weapons. If you need to upgrade your weapons, you go out to the open world, you do some mining, and then you upgrade your weapon until a specific level. Then you need to limit break it, and in order to limit break it, you just have to go to a specific dungeon again and farm for those materials. So even though there is a level of, oh, I need resin, I need to farm this, I need to farm that, but it's guaranteed and there's very limited RNG. Even if you're the most unluckiest person and you get the crappiest rarity, like the most basic rarity every single time, you will be able to use all of those crappy base resources and upgrade them through the crafting table in order to get them to the highest rarity, so you don't feel like you're wasting your time. However, in order to add longevity to the game, there are artifacts. Artifacts is purely RNG because you have a main stat and you have substats. So even though you're farming constantly for this perfect piece because you want that crit damage, crit chance, and maybe like attack percentage or whatever, and you're constantly farming these artifact domains over and over and over in order to search for that perfect piece. And this is where Gangshin Impact gets the gameplay loop right. You have multiple characters, you're constantly pulling for new characters every 4 to 5 weeks, and then when you get a new character, you want to gear them up because they're your new shiny toy, and then you have team compositions where you need to work 4 characters together in order to make a powerful team composition in order to deal a lot of damage. So you're constantly gearing up characters. However, as you're gearing up characters, they do respect your time because there are specific things which are guaranteed, which, okay, if you spend X amount of resin, you're bound to get X amount of resource. And this aspect is extremely important to build the foundation of player expectation. If players can physically see an end goal and see themselves slowly working towards that end goal, they will put in the time, they will put in the effort because they know, okay, I'm almost there, I'm like halfway there, or I'm 80% there, or I just need to farm a little bit more and I'll be able to get XYZ item. A great example is fishing in Gangshin Impact. I hate fishing in Gangshin Impact, but I suck it up and I do it. The reason is because I need the catch. So the newest character that just came out is Ball, or the Raiden Shogun, and her best in slot weapon for free-to-play players is the catch. And it just so happens in order to get the catch, you have to do a crap ton of fishing. It's like 8 to 10 hours worth of fishing. However, I suck it up and I've done it. The reason is simply because you can see your progress. You can physically see, oh, I need 3 more of these fish. I need 10 more of this fish. Okay, I need to go here. I need to go there. And you can see the progress. And at the very end, you're rewarded with the weapon that you set out to farm for. And you're like, oh, I did it, finally. The only issue with me is I have 3 Genshin accounts. So I have one on the NA server, one on the Asia server, and one on the Chinese server. So I need to fish on all 3 accounts because I got ball on all 3 accounts. So that basically means I need to spend 24 to 30 hours of just fishing to gear up all 3 accounts to get this stupid weapon. However, I'm gonna do it. Why? Because I know that A, I'm not wasting my time here. I'm investing my time in order to get this weapon so that my character is gonna become powerful. And this gameplay loop is extremely simple. I can see the end goal. I can see, okay, so I need 10 of this fish, 5 of this fish, 30 of these fish, whatever, and I'm fishing for them. And every time I catch one, I can see that counter slowly tick up, tick up, tick up. And this was done really well in base PSO2 when we did divide quests in order to farm out the stupid modules in order to craft our Klaus units or armors. Remember that? Where you're farming for Mitra modules, Varuna modules, Shiva modules, and the Exegul modules or something. Like, that was a lot. You needed to farm like 50 of each or something. But you can see that resource slowly ticking up. So for those who were patient, they waited for their Divide Quest weeklies to come up, then they did it so that they were guaranteed X amount of modules. However, for those who are really hardcore and wanted their units like now, or wanted their resources now, they went into Divide Quest, they grinded like crazy, but for every run or every 2 or 3 runs, they were able to see that little ticker go up. And so they knew that, hey, this is not a waste of time. Eventually, I am going to get there because I can physically see that number going up. However, in New Genesis, we don't have any indicator. We don't have anything. It's just, here's an open world. Here's a combat zone. Grind here forever. You're never going to know when you get a Fixa 3, Fixa 5, whatever. It's purely RNG, and there is 0 indication letting you know that, oh, I'm building up pity in order to get something. Oh, I'm investing time so that I'm building up my rare drop meter or something. Though there's no way to guarantee anything. This really discourages players from investing more time into playing more of the game because they're like, well, how do I know if my character is getting stronger? How do I know if I play for 5 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, that my character will become stronger compared to what they are right now? And I feel like this is an extremely flawed system. Now, does this mean that we should totally remove RNG? No, you need to have a level of RNG in order to add longevity to your game. So Genshin Impact has RNG on artifacts, mainly because that is the longevity of the game. When there are dry periods in the game, people are still going to play because they get resin every single day, and they're investing the resin into artifacts for the off chance to get a better artifact for said characters. However, the difference in Genshin Impact is you are gearing up teams, so teams of 4 and not just 1 character, while in NGS you're gearing up 1 character. So I feel like NGS needs to diversify and have more separate pieces of gear or more avenues in order to make your character more powerful. Right now we literally have 3 options. You get your weapon, you get your armors, and you learn skills in your skill tree. That is literally it. So we need a little bit more. Maybe we need our skill rings back. Maybe we need substats for specific items. We just need a little bit more complexity or different avenues in order to make our character feel stronger. So players will be incentivized to actually play the game, to invest time into their game because they know that their time is not wasted. Currently, players definitely feel like NGS is a waste of time, which is why the active player base has been shrinking and less people are playing the game, simply because it's not worth your time anymore. Like, after you get to a specific gear level, like, 1400 battle power, it takes extreme effort in order to just increase that battle power a little bit more. But the worst part is, even if you increase that battle power number, you don't feel any more powerful. Getting that extra 25 battle power, you don't feel like, oh wow, I'm one-shotting mobs now. Oh wow, my character is so overpowered. Phantasy Star Online has always been a power fantasy game, right? We play this game because we want to feel super powerful. We are the protagonist of this story. We are the savior of worlds, blah, blah, blah. We want to feel powerful. We're not here to play a Dark Souls experience. If we wanted to play a super hard Dark Souls experience games, we would play Dark Souls. We wouldn't play Phantasy Star Online 2. So in conclusion, what does Sega need to do to make a good gameplay loop? First of all, we need to be rewarded for the time we invest. Sega needs to respect the player's time. If I invest 3 hours into NGS, I want to get 3 hours worth of progression out of the game. Point 2, we need more avenues of gear. As I said in Gangshin Impact, you had artifacts, you had weapons, you have talents, character levels. Same thing needs to happen in NGS. We need more guaranteed ways of gearing up, so linear progression, but we also need RNG for longevity, so it keeps players interested, keeps players playing the game. So I think you guys have the RNG part nailed down. You know, your whole fixa thing, it's very boring. I really wish that you would spice things up a little bit by giving, you know, more flavor text, or, you know, some more rare items that have special abilities, like with skill ring abilities or something, which spice things up and make items more unique. So people actually go out of the way to try to farm these unique items so that, you know, it spices up gameplay. But, you know, if you're really lazy and you just want to stick with your fixa system, sure, fine, that's perfectly fine with the RNG system, but you need some way for linear progression where I put in 1 hour, I get 1 hour's worth of progression, and I feel a little bit stronger. And point 3 is we need to physically be able to see the progression of our character. So this could mean guaranteed gear. Maybe if you farm at Mount Magnus for a specific amount of kills, 1,000 kills, 5,000 kills, 10,000 kills, you can use these 10,000 kills to guarantee a specific weapon, to guarantee a specific armor, to guarantee a specific augment. You know, this way people don't feel like they're wasting their time. Maybe someone needs a Might 3 capsule. Instead of just running around in the open world killing random mobs hoping that you get a Might 3 capsule, maybe have it, if you kill 1,000 mobs in Mount Magnus, you can exchange for 1 Might 3 capsule. And if you go to Rezel Forest, you get the Technique 3. And if you go to Vanford Laboratories, you get your Range 3. And you just go there, you kill mobs constantly, and you can see the progression of your character because you're slowly getting these capsules, which then you can exchange into whatever you want. Give players more options. Not everyone likes to run around in circles in exploration zones killing random mobs in order for the off chance to get the right capsule that they want, because they cannot physically see the progression. They're literally just running in circles like a headless chicken, killing everything in their path, praying that they get the right capsules that they need. Have a specific system implemented so that players can see that, hey, I'm not wasting my time here, I'm actually working towards something. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!
Except you're welcome for the heals that boosts the rest.